way more
Okay,
physical,
we're back.
Than we've had before.
Yes.
And I don't just mean in terms of their.
I think we should watch a bit more of the stream, because there's a lot of things to talk about after this.
Yeah, we've just been. I had to go and eat some food, but I came back and watched this, and there's a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah.
How they like to play.
An absolute
Oh.
shitload of things to talk about.
That's great.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, this is breadth and depth. So depth in the combat and inside the systems. That, it's just
so apologies again for ending it so abruptly earlier.
Super experience and really bringing that.
Holy shit. So are we gonna watch more of this stream, or are we gonna go and watch the trailer because it's meant to be an analysis?
Well, I mean, this is sort of an analysis, I mean, we could go to the trailer now.
So let's talk for now about what we've just found out.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Exploration.
Wait, what?
Look at the bottom. Early concept
What?
exploration.
Listen.
And I think that this is truly unique to the type of game that we are making. That you are able, together with your friends, to create these awesome moments of taking down the
class
AT&T
system is
at the
confirmed.
last second, and then everything blows up, and all of a sudden Darth Vader appears. These moments that just live once. They're truly yours. They're truly your own unique moment. Nobody else will experience it exactly like that.
That's pretty cool.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh.
Camino.
Oh.
That's amazing. I mean, there's so much depth and detail. I mean, are we seeing that kind of depth in the world as well? I mean, look how gorgeous those worlds look. I mean, for example, I think I saw a tauntaun or two in that trailer. That's
yes,
new.
you did.
You did. You certainly did. And there it is. It's an important point to make because we're covering all of these eras and we're going to locations we haven't been before. And it's not just the surface and the structures.
Oh my god.
So let me just bring this volume down. So yeah, we briefly went, but then we realised they mentioned classes, and classes have been confirmed just a minute ago by these guys, and apparently it's on a website as well. But now we're gonna analyse the trailer.
Yeah, we're gonna do that one. Okay, we have it open here.
Yeah, we have it ready. So we're gonna analyse the trailer because that's what we wanted to do. We reacted to the ting. Let's see.
Okay, I'm gonna go back after we've done this. I'm gonna go back and watch what they've. I'm gonna watch the entire presentation because they probably talk about a lot of things.
Yeah, well, we can watch it at the same time if you want. But let's make sure that this is. There we go. So yeah, I'm sorry about cutting you off there. We're gonna do a bit more of a proper look at the trailer. That's what we're gonna do. Proper one.
Yep. Okay,
So,
you ready?
Are we going to watch it through and then go back, or are we going to just immediately start pausing it when we need to?
I think we could start pausing it because we've sort of done like a live reaction, and then we could, change things. Okay, so let's go.
Okay.
Stop it when you feel like. Just test if you can stop it, just to make sure.
I can't. You've got to do it.
All right.
I've waited 30 years.
Okay.
There we go already. Okay, stop opening that up.
Officer.
Sorry, you can see in the background. You can see some. First of all, stormtroopers. What gun are they holding? Is that an E11?
That's the new E11, yeah.
The new E11.
But look at how good they look.
The character models look really good.
God.
They do. They do look really good.
Man.
Wait, is that droid?
This droid. Oh, okay. I see another thing here that's a bit interesting. You see the Death Star pilot down there. I wonder if, Death Star Trooper, or
Yeah.
I wonder if. I wonder if you're gonna be able to play those because they have classes now, and There's no Death. Oh, there might be a Death Star actually, since they have all the eras.
Maybe.
Someone
Someone said in the chat they saw the shield gate during the Star Destroyer scene, so there might be Rogue One.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Let's continue. Why is it not starting?
Still remember my last orders.
Also, one thing I really want to point out. You know where this character's talking and you see her ship here, you know?
Yeah.
What I'm imagining is that this kind of, you know, Advanced Warfare, they had this story mode where you control a ship and you choose your destinations to go and attack targets, right?
Right.
I have a feeling, since you're sort of going to inspire the Empire, since you're like the special forces, that you might be able to go and, you know, choose where you want to attack first. You don't have to follow a straight line. You might be able to choose missions.
It'll be a little bit like Mass Effect.
Yeah, in a way, but a bit more linear, but that you have the ability to choose what you want to do first, and maybe that'll change some outcomes later on.
Yeah, I mean, they might even have something similar to what Battlefield 1 has at the moment. You'd have different like stories you can follow, so you can have like different operations.
Yeah.
That you would go down in a several series of missions, and you progress through them, and that would explain like different eras that you could be in for different things. So you could have a campaign mode that have different stories, and that way you can have a big grand campaign like in Battlefield 1 with different, you know, perspectives on it. That would explain how you can play as Kylo Ren and Luke.
The real war began.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's quite cool. I think it's good that this thing has slow motion. I don't think we all need audio for this, do we? For this
You can do if you want.
because I mean it's easier to see things, you know. Actually, no, let's go a bit faster. This is a bit slow.
Point, Sergeant.
What?
I was playing it like 0.75. So the rebellion.
Oh, you're that far back. Mine didn't slow down.
Oh shit! I'm on 31 seconds. Hold on, what is it?
So am I. I'm on 31.
Okay.
So if you slow it down, it only slows it down for you.
Okay, so one thing I already see is the ATST. I suppose this is single player because it looks very linear right here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I saw something.
What did you see?
I saw something. Does it skip back for you now?
You might have to play it. I'm not too sure. Oh. Yeah, he went
Right here.
back.
Are we on 33 seconds?
Yes.
Look at the rebel in the background there by the explosion. The droid is about to touch him. You see that?
The droid is about to touch him.
The
Which
floating
one?
droid is about to touch him.
The one that's like... It's like... I see it's going towards him and he's sort of casually standing there. Oh no, he is actually trying to shoot it. Electrocuted. Did you see that?
Yeah, electric. Oh my god! Whoa!
So that'll be like
Dude.
one of your abilities in the campaign, but looks of it.
Yeah.
We weren't expecting special forces. That's the point, Sergeant.
That looks so good.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Impossible.
Commander, what do we do now?
Oh, this is so badass.
Our Emperor.
Yeah.
Okay, so here comes that aspect again where I thought, you know, maybe you choose where you're going, you know? Because
Yeah,
now
I
they're
mean,
like jumping.
What looks very cool is the sheer amount of fleets that there are.
Yeah, the amount of Star Destroyers.
I want to know how, in a way, like, obviously the storytelling when the game comes out will probably explain it, but what I want to see is how they explain, like, how they're so coordinated, even with, like, all their leadership just gone. Because if you think you've got all their leaders on the Death Star and they've all been blown up mostly, you've got some that have their own Star Destroyers, but...
I suppose that the highest commander would be like ops kind of people, like the highly trained people and admirals of the fleet.
Which would explain why your character might be in a position because they're ranked as commander.
Yeah, exactly. So she might actually be commanding this little fleet that we're seeing jumping here, you know, to a destination.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's see. Oh. And is it me, or is that the planet where that TIE fighter, you know, follows the Millennium Falcon? Is that from The Force Awakens? Because that looks very much like the planet where they were attacked, you know, with the famous "You're a traitor."
Yeah, it does look like that. It's very Force Awakens-ish, but the only thing is those TIE fighters do not look like First Order TIE fighters.
Yeah.
So it
Then
could
you
be
see the
Endor.
town.
What is that?
Then
Yeah,
you
what
see
is
the
that town?
Isn't
Over
that I don't think that is Endor. Because Endor did not have that kind of town, did they? They were more like, they were very uninhabited.
Yeah. Face reveal lol. We did a face reveal like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, let's
Apparently
see.
they're saying that's Takadona.
It might be. Okay, well, I've seen this.
What planet do you think they're over? Whoa,
look
who's
at
that
this.
dude?
That looks like the Emperor. Like they put his head in a glass jar or something.
That does look like the Emperor, doesn't it?
Yeah, is he like in that red suit? Like, did they save his head or some shit and put
They
it in a
managed
glass
to
bottle?
they managed to like keep him somehow. That does look like the Emperor.
Yeah.
Anyone in the chat think that looks like the Emperor? Come on, I mean his head. You know how his head had that weird little split down the middle, like it was like his skull was like the shape of his brain. Like he had that weird line of wrinkles on his head. That looks like it could be.
Yeah. And he has those very yellowy red eyes as well.
Yeah. And that would explain why you can hear his voice in the trailer, voicing over the rebellion. You know, like it would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Naboo. That's actually that's a good theory. It could be Naboo as well.
Will there be classes? Yes, there will be. That was confirmed. There are classes. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I'm happy about that.
That is the Emperor. People are saying that is the Emperor. But,
yeah.
I mean, you don't really know. I mean, it looks like it, but obviously she says avenge the Emperor, so...
But still, even though he isn't dead, you can still avenge someone. Or maybe it's like a intelligence he managed to get into, like a chip before he died, that is like a version of him, in a way, like an AI
Yeah, maybe he's in
version.
like a robot. He has like a control of a robot, but his full power's not really there. Maybe.
Yeah. Let's continue.
And then that might explain why he may be Snoke.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's transferred himself to like a greater existence, and, you know, he's still around. Maybe he never died, and he became Snoke. You never know. And
this one looks like we're on Solist, where it looks like they're sort of tracking Luke Skywalker or something, because they like found him and they want him to surrender. Let's see.
Hope cannot save them.
Oh yeah, this. So you know when I saw this the first time, what I first thought is just like, oh, it's Jakku again, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, not that interesting, just battles in the sky. But you know, you see things flying through, and where is it? This.
Yeah.
When I saw this, I thought, you know, in the game, maybe it's like maybe it's on space to ground, but maybe it's air to ground, so you can spawn up in the fighters, like in the big carriers, and fly out.
Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. It still wouldn't be good enough for me, though. I'd need space to ground. You need it, I think.
What I think about this as well is that, imagine, since they have commander classes, right? Let's say you have 3 frigates on each team, and there's a ground battle and there's an air battle.
Yeah.
Let's say you can only have 3 commanders on a team, and every commander gets to sort of... They don't get to control the ship, but they get to choose what kind of route the ship will go. Like, will it go in this direction, or like will it go to this side of the map?
A bit like an aircraft carrier in that World of Warships.
Yeah, or like in Battlefield 2142. You've probably not played the game, but in that game there's a commander on each team, and each commander has this massive carrier, and they can basically click a place on the map and say move Titan, and then the big Titan will move to that area of the map. And imagine if there's like something like that in this.
Smile Game said that person we saw in a jar, so he said it's Jar Jar in a jar.
And also, since one thing I think is very nice to see is that these fighters aren't manned and they're sliding out of the ship. And I was thinking this might mean that you don't pick up a goddamn cookie to get a vehicle anymore. You actually have to go and get it.
It sounded like from that conference, the presentation, they were talking something about changing that to something else. So we'll obviously, when we go back and watch it after, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, shall we continue? Anything you want to say, mention?
No, I'm just looking at the chat.
All right. Oh, that's looking so good.
Oh, man.
So this is also cool because now, like, this looks like you get to fight where the First Order were holding their massive meeting, you know.
On Starkiller Base. Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely Starkiller Base because that's where they,
without a doubt,
established. Yeah, the First Order.
I do think the First Order troopers do look so much cooler than the normal ones. Like, I don't know what it is about them. There's just they've made slight changes to the stormtroopers, but they look so much cooler.
I know, these people look badass as hell. Okay, so it looks like there's a lot of air to ground being shown, at least.
There's a lot of that, yeah. There's going to be a lot more vehicles involved. They even said in the presentation there are more vehicles involved now. So
hopefully they'll give rebels a tank or something to counter. Oh, actually they have classes, so they might not need a tank anymore.
And there were also no, they were. I'm pretty sure there will be, because they did say that there really are a lot more vehicles and guns and maps now,
which is really nice. I'm just gonna see if I can turn off this stupid pop off of videos. It's really annoying. Okay,
what the heck is that?
Okay, if we can go back a little bit. That was a bit too fast for me. Oh, here.
What?
Okay.
Is that looks like Tatooine.
Yeah, this is definitely Tatooine. No, yeah, Tatooine. This is like one of the older maps. I remember I played. This looks like the map, the Cantina map. I don't remember what it's called. You know, where the Cantina is. Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it is.
And it looks like you can drive those cars that are around. It looks like you can drive the cars. And also, look under the dinosaur. There looks like there's some sort of mounted creature, a bit smaller behind the legs there, up against the wall.
Yeah, I see that. It's very blurry. Actually, no, that looks like a dude just run into me.
No, that's that guy to the left of him. There's like something else that has like back legs or some shit sticking down.
I can't tell from this sort of pause thing. It's so blurry.
I'm a highlight to you then. What I mean, because I mean, this looks like there's more than just one rideable animal in this game.
My name is Legal Asparagus.
There, look at that. That looks like some sort of horse to me.
I'm trying to load it. It's not loading for me.
It's not loading.
No.
I'll take a smaller screenshot then. Maybe it'll load. I think you'll see what I mean. There's something there. Because I mean, this looks extremely much like some sort of rideable animal. There's some sort of saddle on it. There's some stuff going on there. You see what I mean?
It's not loading.
It's loaded in the Discord.
Yeah, but I haven't got the thingy on the Discord. God
damn it, man.
Yeah, I mean, that could be anything. It could be one of the... I don't know, it might be a rideable animal, but it's hard to tell.
There. Oh, now you can see it even clearer.
Oh, that looks like a camel.
Yeah, it looks like it has some sort of saddle on it as well. It would be hilarious if you could ride it. But that big one, you could definitely ride. There's a massive saddle on that.
Oh, it's got to be.
Yeah. Look at it.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? These videos, man.
Oh, man.
One quick thing though, Yoda's gonna be a bitch to kill.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
A tiny little frog jumping around, you know?
Please add skirmish dice, but skirmish was probably the worst part, one of the worst parts about the game, because it was so dull. Yeah, if it was just normal straight up battles,
yeah,
maybe.
Oh yeah, one cool thing they mentioned as well is that you can level up your heroes, basically.
Yeah.
You can like, and I don't know what that means, but I think that sort of confirms my sort of speculation.
You can customize them.
Yeah, they can customize abilities basically, or level up. Let's say force grab. You could level it up. So like if you get level 3 force grab, you could hold people in the air longer and just like dangle them around.
Or you could knock people back further or something, you know.
Yeah, be more powerful, like a more powerful version of that character, which sounds amazing, you know.
Yeah.
And here we have like Rey, whatever hell she's gonna have a lightsaber.
Even her in-game character's got her fucking eyes and mouth wide open.
Yeah, she still has her mouth open. Mouth, still mouth open.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, Hoth. Okay, one thing here that I've noticed, which I'm not really sure, but it does seem to me that the AT-ATs might be a bit bigger this time. How they should be.
Maybe. It's kind of hard to tell, though.
Yeah, but one thing that's definitely, I hope, is that maybe this time they let you drive the AT-ATs rather than get a pickup for it, so that, you know...
Speaking of which, it does look very open.
Yeah, very open. And if you see that hill in the background, I'm wondering, let's say you took that left AT-AT, you could just walk around on the left flank instead.
Yeah, like, it looks a lot more open, so it would explain that, and there's different routes you can take. You can approach it a bit differently, so it would be a good reason. It would explain a lot if you know, it supports the case, I guess, of like being able to control AT-ATs properly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Tauntauns.
Someone reckons that might be Han Solo, because look at the gun he's holding, and also
the DL-44.
Yeah, and also because of the clothing and shit, they reckon it might be Han Solo.
And here's the shield gate. This must be the shield gate. Look at it.
What? I'm still on yeah, that's the shield gate. Yeah, that's definitely the shield gate.
Yep.
So Rogue One is basically confirmed as well.
And it looks like here, in this little shot here, I don't know, you see the fighters quite close up. It's a bit blurry, but you see the Y-wing quite close to the left there.
Yeah.
As it's flying quite out of a path, it seems to be flying with the others. Maybe, please, we can drive these things now.
Maybe. That would be cool.
That'd be very nice.
Oh, what the hell?
This is my favorite scene, I think, in this entire trailer.
Who's that they pushed?
That's a rebel.
How was it?
Kylo Ben. Kylo Ben.
Kylo Ben. So not from Rogue One. Then what is it? Wait, look. Get Star Wars: The Last Jedi hero, so you get Kylo and old
Learn
Luke.
more. I see.
Okay, here we go. If we look at the let's see, by pre-ordering and receiving Kylo Ren and Rey-themed looks inspired by the upcoming film, epic ability upgrades, and much more. Become a hero in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Experience rich and living Star Wars multiplayer battlegrounds across prequels, original trilogy, and the new era. Customize and upgrade iconic characters such as Yoda or Darth Maul. Yoda is confirmed then. It's definitely Yoda. That was Yoda.
But what this sounds like to me, it sounds like they've sort of kept some sort of the class. A star card element with like power-ups, like a trait. You sort of get like a ability modifier, which is it sounds like that's some sort of
but it seems like they might be basing it more around classes. So you have a class that might be you have certain traits and things for that class. But what I've highlighted on the stream. It says customize and upgrade iconic characters. So customize. You can customize them. You might be able to give them different clothing and different color schemes. You can customize them.
So maybe you can be Chancellor Palpatine if you really customize them enough.
Maybe you could be Chancellor Palpatine. You might be able to choose what weapons they use. I am the Senate. I am the Senate. That would be
I'm wondering if they're gonna. I wonder what they're going to do about the honor guards and that kind of stuff. I have a feeling they're going to do what they did before. Like, let's say somebody chooses Leia. Maybe you can have you can be an honor guard, but you get a bit more freedom that you can customize a bit more of what he carries within the honor guard arsenal aspect of things.
Yeah. Let's see. There's a deluxe edition. It says Elite Trooper Deluxe Edition. It turns your troopers into ultimate opponents. Every trooper class, officer, assault, heavy and specialist, is upgraded, delivering superior firepower, deadly weapon modifications and epic combat abilities. You get a range of bonuses including access to play Star Wars Battlefront 2 on November 14th, a 3-day head start, upgraded versions of all 4 trooper classes, 4 epic ability upgrades, 1 for each trooper class, instant weapon unlocks and weapon modifications for each trooper class. So not all of them, just some. Exclusive Kylo Ren and Rey themed looks, inspired by The Last Jedi. Epic ability modifiers for Kylo and Rey, and an epic ability modifier for the Millennium Falcon.
Wow. One thing though that it sounds like what they've done, it sounds like they've taken the star card system and sort of combined it with classes, because you like they say more firepower, maybe that's some sort of trait, and then there's like abilities, maybe that's some sort of star card, but you choose a class that has a set amount of equipment, but you have some abilities as well, I suppose. That's what it sounds
on
like.
Origin you can actually see a bit more
information.
Yeah, so it says Falcon and the new First Order hero ship. So if you get the look, standard edition, that's because if you pre-order, you get the Millennium Falcon. So you get the looks and ability modifiers for Kylo Ren and Rey, as well as Millennium Falcon and First Order hero stuff if you pre-order any edition of the game.
They've personal shield in the game still.
Great.
God damn it.
But it shows you there's definitely a lot more blasters in, because you can see they've got one called the Blurg 1120 blaster, and
but
grip modifications. You can get like grip and sights then, clearly.
Wow. If you look at the bottom, Master Specialist upgrade, A280 CFE blaster rifle, scope modification, and the epic ability laser trip mine.
They still got the laser trip mine.
I know.
Oh,
Grenade.
God.
Wait, oh no, they have ability. Oh no, abilities are basically equipment. God damn it. It's like, it's not a bad thing, but that just means that people can just sit in a corner and charge up with grenades and just spam throw them in one direction.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit more like a normal shooter.
A bit more like how it is now, but a bit more variety in how you want to play the game.
Yeah.
God damn. Sort of hoping for a bit more, class focus. Like the, if you chose to, be a certain class, you only have a certain amount of grenades. Hopefully, at least they don't have unlimited amount of grenades and shit,
I doubt they will. I doubt it.
Yeah. Holy shit, they have a lot of good screenshot sales. Oh!
What?
Dude, the screenshots for the game as well.
What, on Origin?
Yeah. One of them is in a battle. Oh, wow, the fucking Star Destroyer looks huge. It looks bigger than it was before. That looks bigger than it was before, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, these screenshots... Oh! First Order stuff.
Yeah. Thanks for subscribing, whoever did that.
Just put that back on the screen.
Look at Yavin 4 as well. That looks amazing. I think that's Yavin 4. It's like a very ingrown...
You can see the place that you go to in Force Awakens that they go to where they get attacked.
Yeah.
But the screenshots do look really good. They look like they've improved the graphics a little bit. They've improved the faces. I think they needed to if they're going to put a campaign in, but the faces do seem better. $80 to pre-order. Yeah, it's expensive for the full edition.
It's a very, very steep price.
Yeah.
Very steep.
Master Kill, thank you for subscribing, man.
Okay, let's see. If you go back to the sync video, there's some other stuff in this ending in this ending part.
Yeah.
Which I like at least. Under you can see like Yavin 4, the rebel base being attacked.
Mm.
And if you look on the bottom left, there's this dude that has like half helmet. That looks like an Imperial tank trooper.
Yeah, actually, if anyone who watches Star Wars Rebels, the guy General Callus, I believe his name is, he had that sort of helmet. It reminded me a lot of like Roman generals. Their sort of helmets they had, obviously a bit more Star Wars themed, but that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah. I don't think that might be a commander, because he doesn't have a blaster rifle. Yeah, he's only holding a blaster in one hand.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It's not. I would think it'd be better if they had stuff like that. For example, like if you're a squad leader, you get like slightly different options for character customization. So you didn't have like loads of generals running around. You had only like one general appearance per squad. And obviously you can create a squad and invite your friends in like you can with Battlefield. And
exactly.
Like, depending on what role you were, what class you went with, you had different character models you can go for. That would work really well.
Well, what I see here, it looks like they have actually put in on purpose like the 4 different classes for the Empire at the bottom left there. Commander at the back, support in the middle, sniper and second to the right, and then assault. Because you see the sniper's like sitting there with the modified it's probably the A280C FE or whatever it was called.
It's some sort of sniper.
Yeah, and then it's like the assault with some sort of blaster. It looks like the EE4. I hope it's not.
It looks like the EE4, I'm sorry to say. It does look like the EE4.
Yeah, which is not a good sign at all. But it does look like, though, the maps are going to be very big. Like, that might not be from multiplayer, like more of like an illustration of what it could be like, but it looks like it's going to be a bit more open, a bit more free-flowing.
Yeah. I mean, what looks good, I mean, it definitely, I think you're right in the sense that, like, that image there, it shows all the 4 classes. It does look like it. You've got, like, the normal assault trooper, you've got the support, you got the what was the other one with the sniper?
That was probably scout or something.
Scout, yeah. If I open this up, I can actually...
And then, like, commander in the back.
They have officer, assault, heavy, and specialist. So you've got assault, which is that guy with the EE4. You've got heavy with the guy with the big LMG. You've got officer, is that guy at the back. And then specialist can be like the sniper.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, on the opposite side, on the rebels, I could see the support dude. He's probably in front of the crashed X-Wing there, because he looks like he's having a massive blaster in his hands.
Yeah.
And it looks like specialist might be the guy crouching to his right behind some barrels, because he's a bit, further back. And then on the left, that looks like some sort of assault, because he's running at the Imperials.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be very similar. They're the same, aren't they? They're going to be the same classes, but for different sides.
Yeah, but also, if you look, one thing also in this picture that people might not consider, but the X-Wings not all of them are destroyed. Maybe you could get into one of the landed ones and take off and suddenly become air support, basically like Battlefront.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Battlefield.
One thing that I'm also wondering is we've not really seen a lot to do with the Clone Wars. We've just seen the heroes.
Yeah.
We haven't seen anything. We've only seen like character models.
Yeah, and the top of this image, the clones fighting the separatists up there.
Yeah, that actually is also another thing. But that's it. That's all we've seen.
Yeah,
with Clone Wars. So maybe they've got something else in store for Clone Wars, because the main story is focused around the transition between Empire and New Era with the First Order. So there's obviously going to be maybe something different for Clone Wars. The multiplayer, it's obviously going to be spanning across all eras, but maybe there's some new interesting things we'll see for Clone Wars. You never know.
Yeah, one thing that it seems like at least it's going to be, at least with the... Oh yeah, they said actually, I remember, the story in this Star Wars is canon.
It's canon?
It's canon.
Wow. So all of the stuff you see is actually part of the universe and it happened in the story. Confirmed.
Yeah.
It's canon.
Yes. Yeah. So basically that story is definitely going to be the connection between...
Someone actually said in the chat, you see Camino, don't we? We saw Camino, which is in Clone Wars, where they make all the clones, in it. So, yeah, that's what we've also seen that to do with the Clone Wars. But I don't think we've seen anything else. We've seen a screenshot, like a concept art of Camino. And we've seen a couple of the heroes. And we see that poster there.
I would say that the clones on Camino, though, the screenshot they shown looked so amazing because they all had that little mohawk on their helmet.
I can't remember the screenshot. I'll have a look at it. But yeah.
And I mean, my God, it's looking like it's going to be a really, really split screen co-op. Oh my God, they're actually going to have split screen. They're putting back split screen again in a game. I would say that's props to them.
People are saying go check the website, like we're getting spammed with go check the website.
Oh yeah, I see a droid here actually.
Where can you link me it? Because I don't see the.
EA.com /star.
Here we go. Is it like a little loading thing? Here we go.
Yeah. News.
Single player. Let's have a look at the multiplayer. I'm going to look at the multiplayer. Join up to 40 players in massive multiplayer fights in authentic locations across all eras. Revel in deep class-based online gameplay, pilot a wide variety of land and air vehicles, and control iconic characters with distinct abilities that can turn the tide of battle. So, one thing that is disappointing is only 40 players.
Yeah, and another disappointing thing, if you go down to space battles, the player count drops even more.
24?
12 people on each side.
Wage war in spectacular space battle scenarios, weave between asteroids, fly across Imperial dockyards, and take down massive capital ships. Take down massive capital ships.
Ooh.
Maybe you can destroy the systems like you can in the previous Battlefront 2. Pilot renowned craft like the Millennium Falcon or Luke Skywalker's X-Wing in exciting dogfights. But then what about space to ground?
I'm really curious if they're going to have any space to ground at all, to be honest.
If they don't, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, they better.
Right, customize and progress. Your choice, your path. Tailor unique abilities for each hero, trooper and starfighter to gain the upper hand in battle with Star Wars Battlefront 2's diverse and powerful progression system. The path to victory is yours to decide.
That droid.
And then it's the droid. So you can obviously give them different customization and abilities.
Yeah. I mean, this...
Stay up to date. I'm probably going to do that.
What?
I'm probably going to put in staying up to date stuff with our email.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Soon.
But I mean, this looks like it's going to be a good game. Yeah. The only thing that I'm surprised about is the player count. How low? Not how low. Oh, I would expect a bit bigger player battle. You know, a bit more of maybe bump it up 20 slots more.
Yeah.
Like 30 players on each team.
Single player though, it says the single player spans over 30 years, so it's going to be like a long drawn out campaign.
Yeah, so that is basically the connection between the Empire to the First Order.
Yeah, it does span over 20 years or 30 years. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's definitely a good thing.
Yeah,
I mean, and it's canon, which is
also
it's
canon.
Great. Yeah. And it's canon. It is canon.
But yeah, I do believe that there needs to be more players in multiplayer. There has to be more. I just don't think 40 is enough.
Unless they
someone send this. What do they send?
Unless they add AI into the battle. I mean, some people...
Apparently they might be ditching season passes.
Really?
Yeah. Let me go look at the stream chat. Hazel sent a link. Star Wars Battlefront 2's creative director confirmed something we'd been hoping for in an interview before today's announcement. There's no season pass for the game this time round, assuming things will stay that way, and there's maybe possibly a chance that they won't. As soon as you'll read, it suggests that Star Wars Battlefront 2 is coming together with an eye towards keeping the community whole long after the game is released. That was a big problem with the first Battlefront from DICE, released in 2015. The multiplayer game, only game felt sparse at its $60 launch price, but it slowly evolved over 4 post-release map packs, each priced at $15. A full year after its release, Battlefront finally felt complete. Unfortunately for players that stuck around, the economics of post-release downloadable content created a problem as time went on and fewer returned for the new content drops. A shrinking number of people had access to absolutely everything. That, in turn, made it more difficult to find matches or even play with friends who hadn't kept on top of add-ons. Which is very, very true.
Yeah.
While the details of Star Wars Battlefront 2's post-release life remains vague, we can confirm one major change: the Season Pass, which amounts to a discounted DLC pre-purchase, is no more. DICE's Battlefront 2 creative director confirmed it outright in a chat ahead of the game's Star Wars Celebration 2017 reveal. We don't have a Season Pass. Now, that could just mean you won't be able to pre-purchase $15 map packs this time round, but blah blah blah's explanation suggests a more significant change. We decided on that, it's one of those difficult decisions because it has so many implications all around. When we looked at the way Battlefront had evolved over its lifetime with the DLC and everything, we decided, you know what, for this type of game, season passes are not the best thing. We need to take it apart and come up with something better. So it looks like what they want to do is they want to keep the community together this time around, which is... Thank you.
Oh yeah. I think that just sort of that helps it even more to sell, because in that way, let's say we all bought the game today, everyone would be able to join every match, every game, every map, you know?
Yeah.
And I think I'm not going to pre-order this game until I see the multiplayer trailer. I'm going to wait and see, because I'm a bit curious about this talk about, you know, special, you can give more damage kind of stuff and abilities and customize your hero. I'm a bit curious about that. I want to see more of...
I hope they don't make it so the pre-order the people that pre-order don't get, like, you know, super buff abilities. One thing that really annoyed me about the current Battlefront when you pre-ordered it, you got an exclusive emote, that's fine, no problem, but you got the DL44 on release day, where other people, I think they had to level up and get it or buy it. And the problem with that was, at the time, the DL44 was OP. It was really OP. So...
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that, because I had...
Yes, because I remember you were getting ridiculous amounts of kills. And if you know, pre-ordering it, all the people that pre-ordered had like a really big advantage on day one. They had a really powerful gun when everyone else was running around with E11s and A280s. I mean, the E11 was really good, and it still is really good, but the DL44 was better.
Exactly.
It was just better in general, and so anyone who pre-ordered had a much easier time.
Yeah, and I mean, like, this pre-order, the one thing that worries me was because they talked about, or they said that, you know, you get a bonus. What did they say? You get a weapon unlocks now. What was it? You got like a upgraded... Where did you see it? You read it. I remember you read something... Oh, yeah, here. Every trooper class, officer, assault heavy, and specialist is upgraded, delivering superior firepower. What does that mean? Does that mean that a person that pre-orders...
You'll probably get an OP gun. Someone actually asked quickly in the chat, how much does it cost to pre-order? Obviously, I don't know where you live, so this is in English pounds. Standard edition is £55. That's about $70, I think. And then you've got Elite Trooper Deluxe Edition, £70. That's probably like, I don't know, $90, $80. I don't really know. I don't know the currency conversion, but it's about that. I mean, you can see there, that's how much it is. So, pretty crazy prices. Discord, check it. Hazel said check Discord.
Yeah, I see it. Guys, Ivan said space to spaceship is possibly confirmed. Basically, you know, like the old Battlefront 2, the old one, where you could go from one spaceship, go into the enemies and sabotage their systems, disable their shields, and do everything from within.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that will be the thing, because you know how they were saying, like, you can go into... You can take down other Star Destroyers and capital ships. What else does that mean, other than, you know, you can go inside the ships? Like, well, how else would you do it? You'd have to take down their systems. So there's definitely capital ships fighting other capital ships. Whether you can fly the capital ships, that's still a mystery. I doubt you will, because people will fuck around too much. So they'll make it so you can go inside them, probably. I really hope. Someone said, $60 for standard edition, $80 for deluxe edition. That's pricey. That is pricey, but
I know.
I think I may be doing that deluxe edition one. I might have to do that.
I might do as well.
Yeah.
When that multiplayer trailer drops, I'm gonna shit my pants, because that's gonna probably be very good.
Is there a conquest mode? It doesn't look like it, but you never know.
They haven't said anything. They have not denied it either. They haven't said there won't be anything.
Yeah, someone asked if we can compare the editions on Origin, so let's do that now.
All right.
If you go down here, you can compare the editions. So if you get it says you get the Last Jedi Heroes for the standard edition, but that is just if you pre-order it. If you pre-order it, then you get exclusive look and epic ability modifiers for Kylo Ren and Rey, and for the Millennium Falcon and the hero ship for the First Order. I'm guessing that's for the campaign, but that's all you get for pre-ordering the standard edition. Other than that, you don't really get anything else other than just the game. But if you get the Elite Trooper Deluxe edition, you get to play it early for 3 days early than everyone else, which is, that in itself is enough of a reason for me to want to do it. Elite Officer upgrade packs, so you get to fight with the Blurg 1120 blaster plus enhanced grip modification and the Battle Command epic ability, whatever the Battle Command ability is.
That could potentially be. You know what I think? I have a theory, right? This is not confirmed or anything.
Is it a game theory?
No, it is a game theory. But Battle Command, that tells me it has to do something with the map, right? It must be doing something on the map, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's either a ability that boosts your allies with more damage or some shit, or what I hope it is, let's say you're an officer, you could command, let's say, 4 grunts of AI to go and attack a certain place. Or follow you or some shit. That would be amazing.
I mean, Battle Command epic ability, it could be a bit like you assign objectives, and if you follow that objective, then you get more XP or more money, something like that. Or like what you said with, like, you command some AI to do something. Could be a thing. But the Battle Command epic ability is interesting. You also get the Heavy Metal upgrade pack. Take on the toughest enemies with the FWMB-10 Mega Blaster and barrel vent modification, so they might still have the heating system.
Yeah.
And the personal shield epic ability. Now,
God damn it.
The barrel vent modification probably means it takes longer for the gun to overheat.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
I can't even
Purchase helps.
It's Brody Dodie.
$5.
$5.
Oh, thank you, man. You didn't need to do that. You really didn't need to do that, man. But thank you.
Yeah,
that goes towards the Blender
Thank
fund.
you very much.
The Blender fund. It's going towards...
Oh, you Blender! Oh, Blender.
So you also get the Armored Assault upgrade pack. Do what Assault does best. Charge into battle with an early unlock of the CR2 with a trigger modification and the Grenade epic ability. Master Specialist upgrade pack. Instantly unlock the A280 CFE. Greg, thank you for subscribing. You get a scope modification and the laser trip mine epic ability. So those are all the things you get if you get the deluxe edition. So if you pay $80 or 70 quid, which I'll probably be doing anyway. Sorry, I'm contributing to the problem here of these pre-order bonuses. And
I mean,
yeah,
I think there's certain games you can slip by in the pre-order books, and that's definitely Star Wars games.
Yeah,
as long as they're made by good developers.
Yeah, I mean this, people will just get a little bit of a head start. That's all.
Yeah. Oh,
Epi, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Thank you for subscribing. But yeah, so you don't need to necessarily invest the extra $20 if you don't want to.
Oh my god.
Nir Shalev, thank you for subscribing. But yeah, you don't need to get the deluxe edition. It's not essential. You don't need to. Ending that. J-Dog, thank you for subscribing, man. Anyway, that's that. You don't need to get the super deluxe edition. You don't need to.
Oh my god. What are you guys?
Abdul Rahman Kareem, thank you for subscribing. These names, I'm sorry.
And said, what do you guys think of the game adding classes?
The Greenhorn, thank you, man.
I'm really happy for them adding classes. I think you can attest to this, but I literally stood up from my chair and screamed, yes! I was so happy.
Ethan, thank you for subscribing. Not Ethan, The Price is Right, but Ethan WH.
Ethan WH, yeah. But when they said classes, I was so happy because that means that no more... God damn it!
Troll Toe Jam Gaming. Thank you for subscribing. That is a very interesting name.
when they added classes, I was really happy because Jesus, Yoda, shut up, please.
Tracy, thank you for subscribing. I
Okay,
can't even finish a sentence.
What I'm trying to say. Okay, it's quiet now. Finally. Oh my God, Mr. Petart,
Mr.
1219. Pop-Tart. Oh, Petart.
Petart.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what I'm trying to say. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Regan Skywalker, thank you for subscribing. Or Ragan.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that when they announce classes, that's.
Just ignore it for the time being. Just ignore it.
Okay. Let's take it after. Okay. So, classes. It basically, instead of star cards is very limiting in the way that everybody plays the same game. You don't really change the way you play the game.
Yeah.
It's just you just add another ability. You're still the same person. But with classes, it's more like if you go support, you get more supportive like abilities and weaponry. You're more restricted. You can't just go with like personal shield, smoke grenade, and like 3 sniper rifles in your abilities and a sniper rifle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to go specialist to go and to kill
We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. I'm trying to figure out how to mute it. I
think you should keep it on. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Zach.
And everyone else. It's literally too much.
It's too much.
I think when this keeps going off, but it's like with classes, you get a bit more of like you choose the way you want to play the game. You actually get to decide. You get to decide what kind of play style you want to play, and you sort of have to follow it a bit more than just picking star cards.
Yeah, and star cards, everyone just runs in like your cannon fodder. And that's what I really hated. And then when you go into the game now, you just see that pretty much everyone just runs in like cannon fodder and doesn't really strategize. But having classes makes it easier to strategize,
Yeah. Like Johnny the Last.
Johnny the Last, I know. Nice to see you, man. It's been a long time.
Actually, I don't know if any of you guys heard this, but I think we talked about this before the stream began. That since they have you can customize your heroes, I think you can they mean that you can also customize their outfit. You could actually potentially be Chancellor Palpatine. You could be the Senate.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. It could be the Senate.
To keep things visually interesting, should we restart the trailer and play it again? I'll just play it muted. Just to have something going on while we talk. Thank you, everyone, for subscribing. I've been missing so many names. It's just too many names. Too many people subbing. God damn it. Not too many. Keep it coming.
One thing we haven't really talked about is that in the trailer, you'll see it later on, is where there's a ship being destroyed and it's about to crash into the planet, and you can see the fighters slide out of the ship.
Yeah.
What I hope is that commander classes would be able to move these ships around the map. But imagine, let's say you're fighting on the ground over a capture point, and suddenly you hear and you just look up in the sky and you see this massive carrier just crash into the map.
That would be awesome if they had that kind of evolution. If you have these capital ships flying above a normal ground battle, and if you had the capital ship to capital ship battles on a planet, and you take it down, it lands on top of everyone. Imagine how crazy that would be.
You just hear Yoda laugh in the distance while it's crashing down.
If you had someone that played as Yoda and he could force pull a Star Destroyer down, what Starkiller Dud did.
Yeah.
Thank you for subscribing, everyone.
Do you think there will be a pickup system again? No, I don't think there will be, because they have added classes to counteract the fact that if you're a rebel, you can't really kill ATSTs. You have to scramble around to find the goddamn pickup that has the bazooka in it.
Yeah, so I mean, at most they'll have maybe pickups for vehicles. At most, I hope what they decide to do now is allow you to play as a hero. Just it just says, right, you can play as a hero. Press this button to switch your class to that hero, and then you can play as that hero. And I hope that's what they do. They never said. I think they did mention something about changing the way it works for getting heroes and vehicles. And obviously, because they've added classes, that makes it now so you won't be running around hoping you get the thing you want to use to kill the ATST that's running straight at you. You know, if you've not got the equipment for it, tough shit, basically. You're screwed.
Exactly.
That's why it encourages you to stick with someone who does have that RPG to take it out. You know?
Yeah. And it sort of makes it more like in the way that you actually play more of a squad. And they mentioned something about if a good enough squad of, like, I think it said Imperials could, like, take down, like, Luke Skywalker alone, like a skilled squad of players. And when I said that, I sort of imagined that they might actually introduce the squad system back again, so you could be more than just one partner, which would be great.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Something like that.
And actually, that does make a lot of sense. They said that you can now basically take down a hero just as your own. So maybe you can take more damage now, or I don't know. Like, maybe they've made it so you can have, like, if you coordinated an attack well, you could literally just wipe out a hero quicker. Maybe the heroes don't take as much, because I think it would be weird if you were just a normal guy running around and Luke had to hit you 10 times with his saber before he killed you. So that wouldn't make him very special. So I think it's more the heroes are a bit weaker, but they still do a shitload of damage.
Yes, and when I saw somebody in the chat said, "Wait, no, so no more star cards," it's like a yes and no, because it's yes because it's classes. There's no more star cards, but it's also no because they say abilities, and a lot of the abilities they're mentioning is very star cardy, and they haven't mentioned if they have a certain amount of uses or not. So they could be like star cards, but just like set class specific.
Another thing that makes it potentially seem like they could be charged ones where you have like a certain number of charges to them. Personal shield, they've got that in there still. Personal shield in the game, and if it's going to be anything like the personal shield in this game, in the current game, you have charges on it. So that, and if it acts the same way as a normal star card does, then absolutely yes, you've got more star cards because they've still got some abilities that are in the previous game. They're just bringing some of them over and putting in a crap ton more. So I think, yes, there are still star cards, but they'll probably be limited to the class you play as in the game. So that's why they were saying, like, the support or whatever can use it. If I actually go to the pre-order page, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, but also one thing, while you're doing that, you know, when they say personal shield, I have a feeling that they're only going to give that to the commander class because they're going to be the less armed people.
No, it says heavy metal upgrade pack. Take on the toughest enemies with the FWMB-10 Mega Blaster and Barrel Vent modification and the personal shield epic ability. They give it so, and they've specified that as being under the heavy metal upgrade pack. So it'll be for a certain class. They have one upgrade pack, one pack for each class. So I'm guessing it's the support that gets the bubble shield.
Oh wow, okay. Well, you know what? I mean, I don't really mind that. That still sounds quite good because then at least, or maybe, you know, the epic ability. Maybe that's like one epic ability you get to have for any character. You know, you can choose what character you want to place it on.
Yeah. It might be like that, and they might have like an epic ability for every class, but they'll probably have some specifically catered to one class, and I think the supports are probably, it seems logical to me that the supports get the bubble shield because they're supposed to tank damage, aren't they? They're supposed to like just suppress people and stay out in the open. My only question is if there is a support running around with a big fuck off LMG, will he be able to shoot outwards through the bubble shield, or will he have to stop shooting like in the current game and you can only punch people? That's what I want to know.
Well, you know, by, you know, the fact, like, it says that the bubble shield is like a sort of a droidica ripoff ability. You know, it's basically taking the droidica shields,
so you can shoot out of it. I do need to quickly stop you before we get too sidetracked. Someone pointed out saying the scout trooper in this trailer was reloading.
Oh,
go back. The scout trooper was apparently reloading.
That was when they're fighting on the ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that early or is it late?
It's after this.
Okay, so after that, and then they fight, and then
there is a bit where you see a scout trooper reload.
Oh, I mean, maybe there's only certain weapons that has to be charged, you know? Like the E11 clearly has a reload ability because it has that big battery sticking out on the side or whatever the hell that is. on this.
I don't know. I don't think actually. I think it was maybe a bit further.
We could just start it from here. Why couldn't we?
Yeah.
Let's do it from here. I think we'll see it.
Yeah.
I think we'll see it. I mean, that sounds. If that's the case, I'd be really happy if they have reloading back. I mean, that creates so many. Because then you can actually assault someone, like sneak up on people.
Yeah.
While they reload, you can actually attack them. Because instead of them just instantly.
It would make sense if you had a character. Here we go. Look at the scout trooper. Here it is, look. Does that not look like he was reloading there, like hitting his gun or something?
It could be because he failed the cooldown as well, you know? Be like,
it could also, yeah, it could be. But also, if you've got a character that has like an RPG specifically to take down tank vehicles, he would have to reload it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he? If that's his weapon for his class, then he would have to reload it. And why have that as a reload but not any of your other blasters?
Yeah.
Maybe what they'll do is they'll have like a certain number of... There'll be like a charge, right, in your gun. And you can still overheat the gun, but after a certain amount of charge has run out, you need to pull out the battery pack and put a new battery pack in.
Oh, that could be a thing.
But while you're shooting, the gun gets hotter, so you can overheat it and not run out of charge, but it just adds a new element of gameplay to the gunfights.
Yeah, so like after a certain amount of charges, for example, you have to actually like switch out the battery, for example.
Yeah.
Now, that would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? That would be amazing. I thought you dropped there. That would be scary. New subscriber sound. I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna see.
Is there?
Funny.
What?
Funny joke? So you're just saying funny joke, basically.
All right.
Anyways, back to the good part, the game. At least one thing I want to ask the people, because I'm a bit curious what people think. What do you guys think of classes? Because I'm a bit curious, because I was really hoping for classes.
Yeah, I think a lot of people at first weren't... Like, I remember back before, like months ago, when we talked about having classes, people were very much against it. They wanted to just keep the star cards, because apparently that made the game better. I don't think it does. But more recently, people have been saying that they've been more receptive to it. They're looking forward to hopefully having classes.
Yeah.
Someone said the Star Destroyers look 5 times bigger. They do look bigger.
I know. I feel like that's the same with the AT-ATs. I feel like they've actually gone to their like proper scale that they should have had. You know?
Yeah.
Because flew an X-wing, for example, against a Star Destroyer, you could barely fit in the hangar underneath.
Yeah.
Like the length would barely fit. But now it seems like, you know, you would be proper big.
I think if they're going to have space-to-space like capital ship combat, they do need to be bigger, because if you think you're going to have 12 people, you need enough room for them all to get out.
Yeah, and quickly, there are 4 classes in the game announced so far.
4 classes.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to see, because they've said that they have, like, you know, the officer, heavy, specialist, and assault. But I'm curious to see how they look in the droid, like in the separatist army. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, they might change. That's what I'm thinking, like, because we haven't seen anything to do with it yet. They might have changed things up a little bit with classes for the Clone Wars era. They might have changed it so you have, you know, you have different classes altogether in that. Maybe not for the clones, but for the droids, probably. Like, you know, you'd have, like, instead of, like, I don't know, support, you'll have the droidica or something, you know, like instead of assault, you'll have the grey one that's like got
the battle droid,
the one that's got the machine gun in his arm.
Yeah, the battle droid.
Yeah, is that the battle droid?
Yeah, I think that's the battle droid.
The only problem is you can't do challenges. Well, no, it's not necessarily. Challenges? Like, obviously in the current game, you've got, like, you know, for example, like hut contracts and stuff. But they might still have something like challenge-wise to unlock abilities. You still need to unlock them. It's not like you just get them all and they're all, you know, straight away. You might have to, like, buy them, or you have to get to a certain rank. That's pretty standard. But they may also have specialist guns, like top-tier guns, that you need to have done a certain challenge, get X amount of kills with this gun or whatever they choose, to actually be able to unlock that gun for purchase.
Oh,
thank you,
damn, Sombor.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna skip the Z because I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan confirmed. Well, the possibility are huge for Obi-Wan because it's basically Clone Wars in there.
They've neither confirmed it or not confirmed it because, again, they've not showed us very much to do with it. They've only showed us Darth Maul, Yoda, Camino screenshot, and the poster in the background. That's all we've seen to do with Clone Wars.
Exactly.
But I do think
since Darth Maul is in there, they're gonna have Obi-Wan because Darth Maul is there.
Yeah.
Oh, Lias.
Bogaroo.
Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you, Lias. But I think, I mean, if they've got Darth Maul in, Obi-Wan beats Darth Maul. You know, he was better than Darth Maul in combat.
So he better be in there.
Yeah. Oh. Stuff just got awesome. Thank you for subscribing. But yeah, I think that Obi-Wan will be in it. I think they just want to save. They don't want to show us everything because then, you know, the hype will die down. And then when it gets closer to release, they won't have as much to show us. They'll only have the gameplay. So I think they're going to try and show us a bit more of Clone Wars stuff, maybe at EA Play.
Yeah.
Jordrain. Lordain. I thought it said Jordrain. Lordain. 8.
Thank you for subscribing. Also, one thing about if you've noticed in this trailer, what they have not done is that they have not shown the Republic or the Clone Wars at all, which I think is a smart move because then they don't spoil all of. Then there's some excitement to see what is the Separatist and clones going to be like, you know?
Yeah, they're still leaving that a mystery, and I think that's very clever for them hype-wise, and I'm kind of glad because if they showed me everything now, in a couple of months I might just not be excited because I've seen everything, you know, and the only thing I'm looking to see is actual gameplay footage. So the fact that they're leaving some things a mystery, and then if they suddenly announce it, that will generate more hype, and it's beneficial for everyone if they do that. There's no loser.
Yeah, I thank you all for subscribing.
Thank you.
We can't read out everybody, but it's too many coming in. Ollie Fett Gaming, thank you so much for subscribing.
When we're talking, we'll try and avoid saying names because it's very distracting.
It's very distracting. Also, one thing I do like though is that on their website they sort of talk they don't really talk in depth, but they sort of tell you the bare bones of what it's going to be. And since they're going with the same player counts, I do have a high suspicion of AI filling the battles because they did say that this game was going to be bigger. And when I hear 40 players on each map, that doesn't sound bigger. That just sounds the same size to me.
You say that and it says join up to 40 players. It doesn't mention AI. So if you have, maybe the reason why they've limited it to 40 players is because of optimization and all that sort of interconnections and things to make it a bit more easier to do. But there's still the chance that you can have, I don't know, 20 to 30 AI per team.
Exactly. And that's why I was wondering, that commander trait they give you, the special
the
battle command.
Battle command ability. Yeah, that could be where you command some AI to do that.
The Z9 clone minigun. Oh, they might have it. They might have some of the clone weaponry. I bet you they have the clone weaponry in there, but they're not going to show it until they show the clone, the clone part of the game, or the Clone Wars.
Which they might not do now until EA Play in June. But it does. We don't know. We don't know what they're going to do. They will announce things on Twitter and stuff. So obviously we need to make sure we're all following their social media so we know. But is that minigun the one where they had on their shoulder? And he held it, and it was just a massive
it's either that or it's the one that they hold at their hips.
Yeah, I know there was one that was there was in Battlefront 2, the old one. You had the one that they had on their shoulder.
Yeah, I think if you want to have some idea of what the Clone Wars might include, if you go and take a look at the previous game, Battlefront 2, to all the people watching. In that game, they had the Clone Wars, basically every era except the newest one, the First Order stuff. But I think if you look at Battlefront 2 or the previous Battlefront before that again, the first one, I think you can get a general idea of what might happen. And also, speaking of the first one, that gave me a thought. In the first Battlefront, if you played on Tatooine, some cases there was maybe a map where you were fighting, let's say, the rebels, the Empire versus the rebels, right? But there was a third faction that nobody played on. The Tusken Raiders was also in the map, like shooting both sides, shooting at the Empires and rebels, which sort of added this extra, like the extra enemies, but they weren't really, if you killed them, that didn't really count towards your goal of winning. They were just there to be a distraction and like basically just harass you, which I found really cool. And the Sarlacc pit actually grabbed people walking by with its tentacles.
I think I remember that actually.
Yeah, which was quite cool. Which was like in the new one, it was quite boring because you're just sitting there and being.
And you had to like jump into it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that amazing, you know.
Yeah,
it could have been better. And looking at some of the screenshots as well, I am a bit worried that space to ground is not a thing.
Yeah,
it does seem more like they've done more of a air to ground, like there's like ships in the same atmosphere, like within the atmosphere over the map, you know.
I mean, it's an improvement than what we had, but I was really hoping for space to ground rather than just air to ground and space battles, like separate. I really wish they would have shown us, but who knows. Christopher Edmondson, thank you for subscribing, man. But we'll see.
You know what I think the reason why they might have not included a space to ground is probably because they want to not go completely all out, because they still probably have one more they want to make. You know, they probably want to make one more Battlefront game, one like the last movie comes out.
Maybe.
Don't you think?
Though, I mean, I don't know how they're going to make it a full game when they've already included this era, the First Order era, you know.
What I think they'll do is that they'll add features that this game will not have. Space to ground, higher player counts, let's say controllable AT-ATs, Wampas on Hoth as a separate faction. For example, Galactic Conquest. If they don't have this in this game, I'm gonna cry. You know, stuff like that, basically.
Yeah, they'll come up with new ideas. I mean, I don't know. I really hope they have Galactic Conquest either in this Battlefront or the next one. Like they better do.
Yeah, and one thing, you know, in the space battle stuff, 24 players. I don't really like the sound of that because it's not a lot of players. And if there's AI, what I remember, the current AI that is in the current Battlefront, the AI in the space there is awful. Like, I mean, the AI is just terrible. They don't do anything.
Yeah. I mean,
like
I don't know. It might be better that way because it might just create more of an immersive battle in this one. Because it leaves the actual objectives to players to do.
Yeah, and then for people who actually want to dogfight, there's a bit more things to shoot than just few players.
And plus, it would be a little bit boring if you had AI that actually tried to board their ships and destroy all their systems. I mean, it might be cool if you had someone that, like, if they've got AI and you're in a squad of AI, you all get in one of those big like carriers and you go land in the other ship and you all get out and start causing havoc, but you're the one that goes in and starts blowing things up, and they just get out and start shooting things, like shooting enemies.
Yeah.
That would be good. I wouldn't mind that.
By the way, are you on the Battlefront 2 page right now?
I'm on the website.
Okay, go to split screen and co-op. There's nothing about the ability like to play that in itself, but it's really cool that they have that added. But one thing I see here, which I'm a bit curious about, at least I'm wondering what you think about this, but you see the two stormtroopers, the First Order troopers, right?
Yeah.
The one on the left is quite bare bones, but the one on the right has the extra ammo pack on it, like the extra pockets and such. And
also,
I'm wondering,
do you notice how the one on the right doesn't have the shoulder pad, but the one on the left does?
Yeah, I mean, that could be a sign of customization. But the ammo patch, the ammo pouch, I'm wondering if you actually have, if they have the cooldown, but you also have like a set amount of ammo in general.
Amount of battery packs or something. Yeah, I mean, that would be it. I mean, the fact that they've got that trooper on the right that is wearing an ammo pack, like a bandolier, and the other guy isn't, makes me think maybe he's like some sort of support character, or maybe one of his equipment he's brought with him is like extra ammo, and maybe he can drop ammo for people, you know, like in Battlefield.
Yeah, and people might say, Battlefield, we don't want Battlefield and Battlefront. Well, stop. They will never play the same. Because in one game you have bullets that travel probably a lot faster than the lasers in this game. And in this game you have Jedis and Sith and a lot more cooler things.
No matter how many features they put in that are similar to what Battlefield has, I don't think it'll ever even be close to playing how Battlefield does. I don't think it ever will. I mean, they don't have bullet drop.
No, like
only like the actual bullet firing guns they have, are like the cycler rifle. I think has bullet drop.
Yeah,
that's like it. The rest of them just have travel time.
Ammo and cooldown would be the best. Well, I think so. No batteries included. New guns, no batteries included in package.
Is it true EA said no season pass this year? It does seem, it does seem like there's going to be no season pass because they want to keep the community together this time. That's one thing that really bugged us, is because all the DLCs were in separate playlists.
But I have a feeling they're going to do something with DLC anyways. They're gonna make maps free, which is great, but they're going to add DLC that's like this and this character, for example, unlock more and more abilities that you can't get unless you buy these and these things.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a way of compensating it potentially with packs, because obviously they're focusing a lot of unlocking stuff. So you probably end up buying packs, and you buy with real money or with in-game currency, but you can do it quicker by just paying real money. They'll find a way. EA will find a way.
They'll find a goddamn way. But I'm worried about the one thing that it says if you pre-order, I think it's a deluxe edition, where you get every trooper class is upgraded, delivering superior firepower. Like, does this mean that you can level up your gun or something to do more damage? I don't understand, because let's say I didn't pre-order a game and you pre-ordered the game. I picked the E11 and you picked the E11. Would you do, like, let's say if you shot somebody in the head, you would do 99 damage, and if I shot somebody in the head, I would do 80, right?
I don't think it will be like that, because that just wouldn't make sense, would it? Like,
no,
but I think what it means is they give you better guns.
Oh, right. That might be why.
When you look at the compared editions, you get cool guns. That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Oh, you bought the scummy standard edition. You only do 50% damage.
Yeah. I bought the deluxe edition. I do 99% damage.
Apparently Pete said something important.
Discord. Official... What? Okay.
Star Wars: The Last Jedi characters confirmed as Battlefront 2 pre-order bonus.
The Last Jedi themed Kylo Ren and Rey theme looks based on the characters' appearance in the upcoming film. So I guess you get to look like Kylo Ren or Rey, how they do in the latest movie.
Yeah, but we already knew that.
Yeah.
It's kind of advertised quite highly. The Last Jedi, meanwhile, will come to theatres on December 15th, which is my birthday.
Clones and Droids DLC featured only in supply drops. Call of Duty reference. Lamau. Gun as upgraded firepower. I like the sound of gun attachments. That makes your, let's say you just pick the E11 every time. That makes every time you pick the E11 could be a different way of playing.
And you don't think someone's a scumbag just by picking a certain gun, because any gun can then be overpowered. As long as you upgrade it, that might mean that the standard gun might be quite weak, but if you upgrade it, that's when it starts doing damage. So you don't think, oh, you're an E4 scrub, you know, like you have to upgrade the E4 to make it a scrubby gun. I mean, people will still find a gun to complain about.
Definitely,
I'll probably complain about a few guns, but.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna already know people will complain about, because I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of people killing people with this one. The FWMB-10 Mega Blaster. That sounds like the gun.
Yeah, that sounds like the gun, the Mega Blaster.
It's like, oh my god, this douche is using the Mega Blaster again. God damn it.
The Mega Blaster.
He's using the Mega Blaster. Stop him immediately. No, but seriously though, there is gonna be that one gun. People will complain if they have the EE4 in. I'm gonna already complain if they have that gun in. They better not have that goddamn gun in.
Or if they do put it in, make it at least a bit crapper standard. People have to get upgrades for it.
Or get really, really, really close. You know, because now I feel like in the current Battlefront, people can shoot you from like 5 miles and still kill you with the EE4.
Yeah, I mean the range on it, when I see other people use it, is pretty ridiculous, I think.
Yes. And a quick reminder to everybody watching: if you want to have the best, greatest, and funniest coverage of Battlefront 2, news, and movies of upcoming Star Wars titles, make sure to hit the subscribe and the little bell. Ring my bell.
Ring my ding-a-ling.
Ring my ding-a-ling, and I'll tell you when things are going on. And you'll make Yoda really happy because he laughs. He laughs until we change it to some other. I don't know if we'll ever change it. I don't know.
Can we add
Maybe
like
we'll change it to
multiple
the small
sounds?
one. I think we can add variations. Yes,
I was thinking we could have Obi-Wan Kenobi saying another happy landing every time someone subs. And then like you can have a mix of Yoda giggles, another happy landing.
Another happy landing.
We should add a donation sound. So if someone donates like a certain number of money, it's just like the no. Like you need to like just be insane to donate that amount of money.
One thing I'm also like curious about, because you know they have heroes and you can customize their ability. Do you think they'll put in those like Jedi fighters? You know, those small ones?
Oh, like the ones that in Revenge of the Sith that you see Obi-Wan and Anakin go in?
Yeah, for example, some of those.
That'd be really cool. That was in the previous Battlefront 2.
So let's say if you became a hero on top of the on top of like a carrier, like your hero vehicle would spawn there as well at the same time with you. So you could go in and get that. That would be really badass.
That would make it a lot easier to travel around as a hero, because like in this game, in the current Battlefront, you kind of have to
jump around
everywhere, and you have to jump around to avoid getting shot by things. Where if they make it so you have your vehicles, at least if you spawn at a distance, you can at least get to the battle before you start taking actual damage.
Yeah, which would be, you know, it would be helpful if heroes could actually ride vehicles as well. People might say, that's OP, they cannot die. Well, that's true, they cannot die in the vehicle that easily, but the vehicle is not a hero, is it?
Yeah.
So it's like the vehicle will just still die as fast as a normal vehicle, but at least the hero could try to get into the battle before they're dead.
Yeah. And if it's like a spaceship thing, a space battle, imagine, and if they're making the capital ships much bigger, imagine there's going to be a lot more rooms and a lot more fighting on the ships as well. So then having a hero, you kind of need a personal ship to get you from one capital ship to another.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if they're going to have, you know, spaceship to spaceship combat and you can board the other spaceship, how would you get to the other spaceship? If you were here, you would just spawn in and just stay in your own ship. Be like, hey, guys.
Just small support as everyone flies out. Good luck, guys. You got this. Yep. You got it. I'll just stay here.
You got this, guys. I believe in you. I believe in you. I would help, but, you know, I can't.
Can't get in ships, mate. I'm retarded.
I have an IQ of about 2. I don't know how to swing this thing. No, but I'm really excited for this game. And when they showed the multiplayer, like the multiplayer trailer is going to make probably most of us shit and jizz our pants at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much creamed when they showed the previous Battlefront, the current one that we've got now, when they showed the multiplayer gameplay for that on Hoth, he basically creamed everywhere.
Oh, it was amazing. I pre-ordered it right after that because I couldn't. I just had to. I was waiting for you know, for a Battlefront for so long. Smile Games want you to check PMs, man.
Yeah, I just checked it. Star Wars Battlefront 2 release date. First story details revealed.
Ooh.
At Star Wars Celebration today, EA announced Star Wars Battlefront 2. Oh, God. Played a video. Star Wars Battlefront 2 will be released worldwide on PS4, Xbox One and PC on November 17th and is now available for pre-order. Battlefront 2's campaign will take place in the 30-year period between the end of Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. The story will follow protagonist Iden Versio, who leads an elite Imperial unit called Inferno Squad, and players will get the chance to play as well-known characters like Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren during the campaign. According to EA, the campaign is developed by former Ubisoft Toronto head Jade Raymond's Motive Studio, and new characters have been created in close partnership with the story group at Lucasfilm on stage. At Celebration, Lucasfilm confirmed the Battlefront 2 story will be canon within the Star Wars universe. So it looks like the story was made by Motive, and the multiplayer was obviously developed by DICE. That's what I'm seeing here. I mean, there's not really much here I'm seeing that I haven't seen before. Wait a minute. EA Access subscribers will get to play on November 9th.
Holy that's a lot earlier, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot, but that's
we'll get 10 hours probably, like you did with Mass Effect.
Oh,
you
yeah.
get 10 hours, but then again, if we pre-ordered the deluxe version and got the game 3 days early, and normally they give you the game 5 days early to trial, so we'll only have to have 10 hours over the course of 2 days.
That's not too bad.
That's not bad at all.
No. I mean, to like most of the people that didn't really like the previous Battlefront, I think most of the people in this chat right now are really hyped for the next Battlefront coming up. And I don't blame you, because I'm hyped as well. And I think this Battlefront will solve a lot of the issues that was with the previous one. Like the community, at least on PC, died out really fast, which was a bit of a shame, really. I do think
it was mainly due to the fact that they split the player base up so much.
Yeah, they made it so that it was hard for people to play together, because the season pass was so pricey for so long that nobody managed to actually get really into the game. What was that? In Seri TV, thank you for subscribing. We're sorry if we get names wrong, but it's not easy. It's not easy.
It is not easy. It is not easy.
But it's definitely some good hype for this game, and I'm really hyped for this game, because I was like, before the trailer stuff, I wasn't too excited. I was curious to see what they had, but I was like, if they keep this star card bullshit and how they have these cookie Super Mario Kart cookie pickup, it wasn't amazing. So I didn't hope for that. But when they said class is confirmed and that you can customize stuff, I flew sky high.
Yeah, that was a really nice surprise.
GamerKid54, thank you for subscribing.
Thank you, man. I'm a Noob said, I don't know, should I pre-order standard or deluxe? It really depends if you want the advantage going into the multiplayer. Like, do you Flying Dice, thank you for subscribing. If you want the bonus multiplayer where you get better guns straight away, then maybe, if you really care about that. But if not, doesn't matter, just pre-order the standard. Shy Guy Gaming, thank you for subscribing.
Yes, and I mean, if you're actually sitting here right now and you're considering these options, I'd say, let's say you don't have that much money to spend, or like you want to be a bit conservative of your money, but you want the game, and if you want to pre-order, if you really badly want to pre-order, I'd say go for the standard edition, because most of these things that you get in the deluxe, you'd probably be able to get by playing. But with the deluxe edition, you sort of skip you skip certain paths. You get more equipment right off the bat. Basically, you get a bit more equipment right away instead of going with whatever you get as a basic kit.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me, I also I can't wait to play this game. So I'm probably gonna end up pre-ordering the Carter Burenheider.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you. But I'm probably going to end up with the deluxe edition because I also want to play the game earlier. Biker Gamer 56, thank you for subscribing. I want to get into this game as fast as possible. I want to sit down and play, I want to play it as fast as I can.
EA,
as early as I can.
Invite us out to LA, please.
Please. EA.
Come on.
Come on. EA, please call me.
Ring my ding-a-ling, come on. Invite us on to LA. Let's play
That's
the
also
game.
wrong.
Ring my ding-a-ling.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. But like for the most people, I'd say wait with pre-ordering until they show a bit more gameplay.
Yeah,
because I definitely am not going to start pre-ordering until I see the multiplayer gameplay and maybe see a bit more of the Clone Wars stuff.
Yeah, John Lee, thank you for subscribing, man.
Thank you very much.
I'm not going to be getting the. I'm not going to be able to pre-order yet anyway. I don't have the money. So when I do get the money, I'll make the decision then. Luge, thank you for subscribing. Thank you very much. I don't know these names. How to pronounce them. Someone asked, what if there is a combination of star cards and classes in Battlefront 2? It does seem like there's going to be something like that, because they're going to still have the personal shield, so there probably will be a bit of a mix of but they'll of star cards and classes, but certain star cards will be locked to classes, so you can't use certain star cards with any old class. It needs to be for a specific class, which is fine by me.
And also,
check Discord I'll check it.
Yeah, and one quick thing about star cards. If you go to the origin page where you have both the editions, and you scroll down to where you can see the comparison, some of the abilities or star card sort of things that you can see is the ability, the epic ability to personal shield. Wow. Grenade. That's an epic ability, apparently. Throwing a grade's epic. But
epic.
Epic. But when you read that, it sort of sounds like they're not going to have any certain amount of grenades. It just sounds like you'll be able to throw grenades, you know? It doesn't say that you're going to have 5 grenades. It just says you'll be able to throw a grenade.
Yeah. Pete said in the moderator chat that Iden was raised on Vardos, a brand new planet created for the game that's kind of an imperial utopia. There she was raised to totally and fully understand imperial beliefs. Her team is the best at everything in the Empire. Ground battles, flying, sabotage, spying, everything. So when the second Death Star blows up, Iden and her droid sidekick go off on a journey that will take her on a story spanning the time period between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. It also involves Operation Cinder, which fans will recognise from some of the new canon content. However, in the game, you won't only be able to play as Iden. She's the primary hero, but the campaign will also allow you to play as Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, Kylo Ren, and other stars from the series. They put, we introduced classes in the game, so we have very distinct play styles associated with classes. To start with, each trooper has a bit more personality. You grow as a trooper by collecting star cards, finding new gadgets, upgrading your weapons, customizing your weapons, and these game mechanics, they apply to all parts of the game. Your individual trooper classes level up, much like they do in the Battlefield games, as do heroes, ground vehicles, and spaceships. There's apparently a much stronger emphasis on Battlefront 2 on space combat, thanks to the PSVR X-Wing mission developer Criterion's assistance. So there are going to be star cards and classes.
I'm not sure if I like that combination, to be honest. I mean, I don't mind the combination, but I wish they would rather ditch star cards completely.
Yeah. Doctor Who, thank you for subscribing, man.
Whoa. But it's star cards, in my opinion, was this kind of annoyance where it's this one person could sit in a tree and just keep spamming grenades or barrages down into a close area where people would pile up and just rack up kills and not having to do there and wait, for the grenade to come back. The only thing he would get is some sort of infection in his wrist for throwing grenades all the time.
He'd get arthritis.
Yeah. So it's well, thank you, Jordan Ghost, for subscribing. It's a bit hard to thank everybody for subscribing, because it's very if we're in a sentence and it's a lot of subscribers coming in, it's very distracting, and it's very nice to be able to finish the sentence and then thank people for subscribing.
We appreciate it. We appreciate everyone subscribing, but it is very difficult to stop what you're saying, read out the name, and then look back to what I'm reading out and just concentrate on doing that, because I lose my train of thought quite easily when that happens.
Yes. But hopefully so far, it does seem like this game is having a more of an emphasis on like your own progression, and instead of just having, you know, you buying level ups for star cards and such, it's more like you level up the star cards. Thank you, Ronnie Charles.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
The combo of classes and star cards, I don't know.
I agree with that guy. Official law guy UK. I mean, it's a very weird combination because you have classes which you would sort of think that this class comes with this amount of things and equipment and, you know, this kind of guns and these kinds of gadgets and tools. But then when they have star cards and classes, it's going to be like, can you be a sniper with a personal shield and the Mega Blaster, for example? Could you do that if they do that kind of combination?
I don't think they will. Snants, thank you for subscribing. I don't think they will have like that kind of way of star cards. I think they will, if there's no point in adding classes otherwise. I think they'll restrict it so you can only use certain star cards with certain classes. Otherwise, there was just no point in implementing classes in the first place. Like,
exactly. That.
You might as well have just kept it how it was because there wouldn't be that many changes, like in equipment wise. The only difference it would have really been is maybe slight different variations in equipment, and like you can spawn with anyone in your squad. I'm hoping that's what you can do, spawn with anyone in your squad. But by having it so star cards are locked down to certain classes, that's another reason to have classes in general. So
yeah,
I think it's most likely that there will be like locked star cards to specific classes. Only makes sense by doing that.
That's the Origin comparison, but that's on the Norwegian site, I think. So
yeah, that's yeah. Viper Rumpo. Thank you
or
for
Rumpo, as it probably would be said.
Rumpo. Sorry, I had to say it like that. I just had to say it.
Well, it's like the combination is cool, but you know when you see the trailer that little droid shocking someone, I'm wondering if you could use that in multiplayer as well, because that'd be a bit hilarious if everybody used that little droid.
It'd be like the Viper probe droid that the Empire had. Like you just call it in, and
it shocks people.
It just goes around, and when it sees someone, it goes up and shocks them.
Pinches their nipples and shocks them. Best oh yeah, and also actually I saw that there's a big chance of emotes being in this game as well, because there's this thing, if you sign up to their newsletter, you'll be receiving like a special emote or not these droids or something.
Yeah.
Which I don't really know. Like it seems like they've taken this old Battlefront game, kept quite a lot of what it was, and just put more flesh on it. You know, put more of like a personality on the game rather than just having a Mario Kart shooter.
Yeah, but I mean, this is going to be like the Battlefront we should have got.
Yeah, it is definitely the one they should have made, and like made first. And apparently, I listened to some a video they talked about this, where they said that the first Battlefront was rushed out because of the movies coming out.
Really?
They were rushing it out. They were trying to get it out before the Rogue One and like the first.
Well, so they rushed out. They rushed out Battlefront before The Force Awakens came out.
Yes.
And they rushed the Rogue One DLC before Rogue One came out.
Basically, they rushed the entire game to get it out before both of those movies because they wanted a game of Star Wars to come out the same year as like the first, like the beginning of the new trilogy.
Right.
This guy is so wrong.
I'd have preferred it if they'd have done that. Like, not rushed it, because we might have had a better game.
Yeah.
You never know.
You can see the new ships from the TLJ trailer in the multiplayer picture, guys. In the multiplayer picture.
Oh yeah, you do see like a new ship. If you go to the website that I'm on, where you see Kylo and two or a few stormtroopers, you see some sort of vehicle on the right. That actually does look like some sort of like personal transport for Kylo.
On the right, let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, what the hell is that? It looks like there's some guns on the front there as well.
Yeah.
That looks cool. That's a cool ground vehicle though.
Yeah.
So it looks like a speeder bike, but more of like a motorcycle with like a sidecar.
Yeah, well, a bit more of a motorbike or a speeder bike with better guns on it, and there's a bit more of a armoured vehicle meant to actually protect the person driving it.
Yeah. I mean, this game is just like the graphics look quite similar to the previous one, but they look slightly better. It's a bit more on edge, you know. It's a bit more tip top.
Yeah.
It looks like the reflections are good. I mean, the First Order troopers, wow, and the droids.
Someone actually said that they think the graphics are worse.
Worse?
I don't. Yeah, they think they look worse than the previous one, but I don't think so. I think they look really good.
Why are they avoiding to show the?
They look just as the same, if not better.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Why are they avoiding to show the clones? They're not showing the clones because they want to keep something a mystery. They want you to wonder about some things. They don't want to spoil everything right away. I mean, they show some like a droid, and they show it in the presentation. There's the screenshot of Camino.
On the multiplayer page, why are Kylo and troopers invading their own base? Well, it doesn't necessarily say doesn't mean they're invading their own base. They could just be spreading out from an attack, or they could be coming in with reinforcements from somewhere else on the planet. You never know. It's just more of it's meant to just be an artsy shot, you know. It's not meant to be logical.
Yeah.
It's meant to be more of an artistic shot, which I think it pulled that off quite well. I mean, the simple explanation, it looks like they're all rushing to the battle, so they could just be their reinforcements. They called Kylo in, you know? And he's got his own squad of dudes with him.
I mean, that would be amazing if it had, like, you know, I really hope they add AI, and people might not like that, but I really hope they add AI in, because the previous game, or the current game, feels quite empty sometimes, at least on PC, because there aren't people filling, like, the spaces. There's not enough action going on. Sometimes you actually have to run for a little bit before anything happens.
Yeah.
Which is a bit disappointing, but I do think that in this new one, I hope there's going to be AI.
Yeah. That's not a new ship, that's just a speeder from the Force Awakens deleted scenes. That means it's new. It's a new vehicle.
In the game.
Yeah, in the game is something new, but I'd still consider the things that are in the Force Awakens, like First Order era, to be new.
By the way, I found the Camino screenshot. I'm sending it on the Discord.
Okay.
Look at that.
There we go.
Like, the clones are looking badass.
Oh yeah, they do have the little mohawks.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a very fun map to play on. And you've got Slave 1 as well.
And look in the background, so you can see the troop transports flying down as well.
Yeah, and it looks like actually the screenshot looks like it's inside of a troop transport, because you've got the dude sitting on the very left.
Oh yeah. Some guy just banzaied out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is looking like it's going to be a very good Battlefront game, a game that should have been released a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I do think that they're holding back a lot of their key features that people want, like space to ground. They're probably going to hold that back until the next one comes out, to like blow people away. Above Kylo's head.
Where though?
Above Kylo's head.
I don't see anything above his head.
I see snow and mountains.
Yeah, that's what I see. I see air above his head.
I see some air.
When will the gameplay trailer be released? EA Play? Maybe before then. I think what they'll do is they will make it'll be the first form of the game that will be playable for the public. Will be
EA Play.
It's EA Play, but they may release gameplay before then. It's hard to tell at this stage.
It's hard to say what they will do in general as well with like the clone stuff. Like, since they haven't showed anything, will they show? Do you think they'll show a trailer of some sorts before or after?
What, EA Play?
No, like the clone. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, before or after EA Play, basically in the E3 time. Do you think they'll show the Clone Wars before or after?
I don't think it'll be after, because EA Play, they're going to need to impress people. So I think the easiest way of doing that would be letting people play Clone Wars. So they wouldn't announce it after, it'd be shown before. They'll show you a bit more to do with the clones. They won't show you a lot. It'll probably be more cinematics, another cinematic trailer for it. Maybe some gameplay. They might show you like one mission, but then at EA Play you get to do some different type of mission. Like, for example, you get to do a space to space, like capital ship to capital ship battle in space. You know, you remember how they did with Battlefield 1? They had like loads of celebrities come in and play Battlefield 1 and do that. They did like a certain mode. It might be something similar to that, and they get to play a certain mode, and that mode might involve clones.
Yeah, that's probably what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
they're probably gonna do when they first play the game. They're not gonna play the normal one. They might either play, the First Order era, or I bet you it's gonna be Clone War. It's probably gonna be that one.
That would make the most sense.
Yes, because that has not been shown at all, and I have a feeling they will show off some sort of space to ground. No, maybe not space to ground, but some from a carrier down to the ground kind of assault, maybe.
Yeah.
Multiplayer picture, no pickup system. I don't think there will be. I don't think there will be a pickup system, because you have classes that eliminates the need for picking up shit. Because when you have a class, you let's say they have a tank, you go support, and you destroy the tank.
Yeah.
It's like you don't need to fumble around to find the bazooka.
Yeah. There'll be weapons for each class dedicated to taking out certain targets.
Yes. Which probably
it looks like a ship/drone above Kylo. To me, that looks like rock.
Yeah, that looks like a part of the mountain.
Yeah, that looks like part of the mountain to me.
Snow doesn't cover everything, guys. I really hope that, the hero gameplay will be a bit better, though, than the previous one, because they definitely need better lightsaber combat. That's so fumbly in the current one.
It doesn't need to be better.
Hmm?
It does need to be better.
Yeah, because you just fumble around. So do you guys think that you can start in a hangar when you play space battles this time? I would think so.
I would imagine so.
It's like you scramble to the hangar deck to get into your fighters and you fly off.
Yeah.
And looking at the scale of the space battles, it looks like they're going to be a bit more... It's going to feel a bit more that you're actually in a proper space battle. Like the capital ships are actually huge.
Yeah, they do look a lot bigger now.
Yeah, I always thought that the current game had some size issues,
I mean, the AT-ATs were like, you could just, if you were a normal dude, you could jetpack jump on top of them.
Ivan 40v40 confirmed. No, it's not going to be 40v40. It's going to be 20v20.
Yeah.
Because it says up to 40 massive multiplayer fights in authentic locations.
Yeah.
And join up to 40. That means that 40 is max. Which I'm a bit sad. I'm a bit sad it's only 40. But,
unless they mean join up to 40 players on your team, but it doesn't really specify that. So I'm assuming it's 20v20, because I think that's what the current game's got.
Yes.
Something I actually want to mention, I open up the trailer. You can see, where we thought it might have been the Emperor?
Uh-huh.
Someone had a good idea. They said it might be like a hologram that the Emperor, like a video message. That he left, because you see it flicker when he turns, like you see a guy turn around. He looks like a royal guard. You see him turn around and you see like a flicker, which makes me think it's like a hologram.
Alright. That could be. But I mean, it seems too formal to be just a hologram as well, because she actually lines up and poses in front of him like if he's still in high command,
Yeah.
Which is, I find a bit weird. If that's just a hologram message and he's dead, would she do that? Maybe that's before the Death Star explodes.
It could be. It could be like this. Could be like the first, like the start of the game, where she gets her orders to go down onto Endor.
80 players is kind of too much. Yeah, I could see that. Have they talked about the split screen more? Because there was split screen in the first one, so why is it like a new feature? It's not like a new feature, but it's like most games these days, like AAA titles, they ditch split screen because apparently nobody has time to visit friends and sit in their couch and play games. But Battlefront sort of have brought that back a bit more to life, at least on consoles. It's not on PC. You wouldn't really expect it to be on PC either, because if you have a PC, then they probably don't expect you to play split screen, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a bit weird if you played it split screen.
Too OP. I would say it's a yes and no kind of thing, because certain heroes you can't defend yourself. Like Leia, for example, she can only place a shield, but after that, on distance, he could easily shoot her down. I mean, she's a powerful gun.
I mean, the Jedi characters are also surprisingly shit at defending themselves, because they can only block for X amount of time.
Yeah, which is... I don't know why they have that. They're Jedi. I mean, I think a hero should be OP.
They should be, but they shouldn't make it as easy to play as them, like, all the time. No. They should make the pickups for them in the current game be really rare.
Yeah. And I mean, how it currently works is that you have like these three people just always sitting at the hero spawn,
Yeah, they were just people that just run around because they know where their pickups spawn.
Where's Darth Vader? He's probably in the game.
He's probably in it.
Snoke is like 6 feet. All right.
Well, chances are we'll get to see more heroes later on. I think they're just trying to build up some initial hype, teasing us as much as they can. Will we get Anakin? I mean, well, probably.
It's like, if in the end of the trailer, there's one scene I find quite interesting, because I don't know if Kylo Ren kills the guy he force pushes. Is he dead or is he not? Because after he slashes the guy,
he screams.
Yeah, and then he gets slashed after he gets like thrown across the room. And if my hopes are how they are, like what I hope they do is that a force push won't kill people. It will just, make them fall over so they can't really do anything, because that's what it should do. Why would it kill people?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun that it can kill people, but it would make more logical sense that they would just fall over like they did in the previous game. Force push would just push people over, and he could also troll your own teammates and push them over with force push and like force pull.
God, that'd be ridiculous. Like you can do in Force Unleashed, where you could just sort of pick people up and hold them.
I hope you can do that in this. Gonna be hilarious.
Pick people up and throw them off the map, like in Mass Effect.
Can you play the campaign in co-op mode? I do not think you can, because it's a very single-player focused campaign as far as the story goes. Because you follow like Inferno Squad, and it seems like you're following like this one character, like her development through like the Empire's fall to like the First Order's rising up.
Yeah, I think it's more focused around that experience of you being this one character.
Yeah, so I don't think and I don't think you need co-op, to be honest. Like, I have a feeling they're probably going to add some of the co-op modes that they had in this current Battlefront, which probably isn't a bad thing. It's more stuff is better, more is better.
Have they announced a season pass? It'll probably be there, but is it official? They've declared that there won't be a season pass this year. No season pass, but there probably will be DLC. Like, it won't be like map packs and stuff. It'll be more just probably equipment and skins and things like that.
Yes.
Minor stuff, not map packs and shit.
I just want heroes and villains. The best part of Star Wars Battlefront 2, like, basically only heroes and villains fighting, no, like, troops in between. I think they're probably going to add something like that, because they did talk about adding that in the current game, but then they canceled doing it because it was so late in the game's age, I think. They didn't want to add anything more. They're just patching it at this point.
Yeah. Something actually, I'm just playing the trailer back. Something I wondered is, in the trailer you see Darth Maul ignite his second blade on his lightsaber. What if you can then, if you do play as Darth Maul, if you have the option to fight with just one, and then if you want, switch on the other, and maybe because you see Yoda force grab his lightsaber, maybe you can disarm other heroes and villains now. So they have to like try and force grab. They like, it's an automatic thing. They automatically force pull their saber, but if you could disarm them so they have no choice but to like quickly back away and force pull their saber, leaving them vulnerable, you know?
Yeah. I see people in the chat talking about the season pass and nothing, and the people like that the pre-orders doesn't give any like bonus, like extra heroes or something. And I think it's a nice thing. And with no season pass, it's definitely going to keep people playing the game, because the current game, they died very fast.
It will keep it alive longer because it doesn't split the player base up depending on what DLC you want to play. It makes it so there will be more populated servers.
Yes. And in a way, I have a feeling that the pre-orders are more to encourage people to put money on the game before it's out. And I sort of want to pre-order this game, but I'm going to wait until they show more footage of like the Clone Wars and the multiplayer kind of stuff. Because it's kind of, I'm a bit, you know, I need to know what I'm actually going to pre-order, you know. I don't want to pre-order blindly.
Yeah, we don't recommend you just pre-order it. Just think about what reasons and, you know, which edition you want to get. Just pre-order the one that suits you best. If you want to get the extra stuff on day one and you want to play it early, then if that matters to you enough, then it might be worth getting the deluxe edition. If you're not bothered and you just want to have a good experience, get the standard, because it's not that needed.
Yes. So I do think, like, if you really want to pre-order it right now, I would say just pre-order the standard edition, and if the game becomes more of a thing you really want to put money into, change it to the deluxe edition. If you really feel like it's something you want to do.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you want to pre-order it now, don't pre-order the deluxe edition. Don't do that. Just go for a normal edition, and rather change it later on, depending on what you think of the game, or cancel your pre-order, because then at least you haven't put in as much money as a deluxe edition would be costing you.
Yeah. Another reason that I think supports my theory about having, so like you can disarm other heroes, is because in the shot you see Darth Maul ignite his saber, and then it pans over and you see Yoda pull his over, but as he's doing it you see Maul running at Yoda. He's already going for him, so that kind of supports my claim a little bit there.
Which is quite nice. That's
a nice thing. Ramona Padilla, thank you for subscribing.
Thank you.
But I think we've been talking for ages now.
Yeah. So if you guys want to see the best, greatest, and funniest news coverage of Battlefront 2, and hopefully the most in depth, be sure to subscribe to our channel, put a like on the stream, and ring the ding-a-ling, the bell.
Ding-a-ling.
Ring the ding-a-ling, the bell, and hopefully we'll see all of you in future streams and in the next trailer of Battlefront 2, and some more coverage we'll probably do of this game.
Yep. That says it all. So yeah, we will see you soon after I read his name. Anthony Childers, thank you for subscribing.
My name is Hurricane Turtle.
And I'm Robust Pirate, and we will see you very soon.
Goodbye.
I'm not reading that name.